Scano. My name is Loretta Cheney, and if you are here, chances are good you want Red, Fred, and Tugger, and maybe I help also, you to slow the truck down. Thank you so much for being here. I think I already said that, but my mind is a little bit racy today. It's a big day. If you've been following my feeds, you know that a few weeks back, I had an intuition and a feeling and some achiness that I had to go get checked out. You know, that I had that intuition and I had that instinct to question what was going on in my body, what was going on in my breasts, feeling something that just didn't settle. And I I attribute my meditation practices and my ability to be mindful and present as much as possible to really understanding myself. It is a self-awareness practice. So as you become more and more familiar and comfortable with yourself, you are able to really pick up on those signals when you need to seek others' assistance. I like to think that I'm a healthy person. I like to think that I'm a calm person, but that doesn't make me superhuman. My practices don't make me superhuman. I am just as human as you are. And so these things are going to arise from time to time until I take that final exhale. I am hoping that final exhale is when I'm really, really old. But, life is fragile. Life is sacred. It is special. And so we have to really kind of invest in ourselves and in these moments and seek out the joy that is out there, because it's out there, even in this sort of tumultuous period of my life where I'm experiencing a lot of fear and anxiety. I know how to handle that. I know what I can do and who I can seek out, and I am left feeling bad for those who don't have that support system. And I tell you what, talk about support. It's been incredible. I'm always asking, well, what is the lesson in this? And today is the day of my biopsy. Before I move on, today is the day that I go and get my biopsy. So even after today, it's a Friday. That means I'm not going to get any results until probably Monday. So I'm learning to live with more patience, practicing not tantruming over the fact that I don't get what I want when I want it, which has always been something that has been a struggle for, I think, most of us. We are impatient and we want what we want when we want it. And so I am learning to be patient, to really turn to my practices and everything that brings me joy so that I can step away from the anxiety that's created by the situation. And one of the big lessons that I'm learning, and I'm trying not to cry. I'm gonna not cry, maybe just a little. The love and support. I am actually not a touchy-feely, huggy person. My family, our circumstances, our history, we were not brought up that way. We were not so much lovey and huggy and kissy, and I would say I was brought up with a little more of it than my siblings, but my siblings are older, and so it's difficult for them to express love and be very touchy-feely. And so there is a part of me that tends to hold people, arm's length away. So as I've been sharing with others, that whole 6 feet apart when we went through the pandemic worked great for me. I was all for that. In fact, I still am. But I wanted to share this journey, and I knew it would be hard. And the support, and the love, it's overwhelming. I'm used to being the strong one, the positive one, the optimistic one, the everything will be okay, it's all going to work out person. I'm that person who gets to come in and crack a joke and make people laugh and give support to my family, my friends. It's really hard for me to have to soften and accept it. But I tell you what, thank you, everybody. It's been eye-opening. So thank you. With that, also, what I'm finding out is how many women go through this. And it's something we don't talk about. I have friends, I have relatives who have said, oh, I've had a biopsy and this is how it went and this is how I'm feeling and this is what you might experience. And I was like, holy hell, I didn't know you had a biopsy. Where were you? Like, you didn't tell me. And that's what we do. We really tend to, all of us, walk through this world with big smiles on our face. Everything's fine. And we don't like to burden anybody else with our worries and our issues. So I think it's one of the reasons why I'm sharing this is because I think if you have a support system, tell that support system, let them carry some of the burden, because it really allows them to be strong. They step up and they pick themselves up, big breath in, chest puffed out. We got you. And we're going to be here to support you in whatever you need. And so I've always been on that side of it, and it's always felt good. And now I'm realizing to be in need of that support. I think others, I'm seeing their strength and their love and their support, and it's coming my way. It feels amazing. And I know it probably really benefits them as well to be the ones to be strong. So if you are going through this and you're having these thoughts and these doubts and these worries, if you ever want to reach out, just reach out. I've had the craziest thoughts and worries. It's amazing to me what my brain will cycle through. And I have the training and I have the practices that help me dial those down. It really is about dialing them down. They don't go away, but I'm able to dial them down. I'm able to put them on the shelf for a little while and do something else that really brings me joy, and then pick them back up, and they're not so burdensome. That's why this practice is so important. If you don't have a meditation practice, I am a meditation teacher. I can teach you, and there's so many out there willing, and there's so many ways to do it that if one doesn't work, there's another way. And if that one doesn't work, there's a different technique, and there's a different style, and there's a different approach. But really seek out those things that can help you with your nervous system, your stress response, your way of responding to this world, and those choices that you make, and those creative spirit that comes out of you. What are you not only responding to in this world, but what are you creating? What are you bringing to it? And I guess that's what this stuff that I do is my way of creating a world that feels a little softer, tender, kinder, more loving. So I am sharing this journey so that if nobody has shared with you, and maybe you're on the same path as I am right now, and nobody's talking about it, and you feel on your own, well, here I am to talk about it and share with you how it's going. And I've been talking enough for this session, so we are going to take a few rounds of longer, slower, deeper breaths. Everything that I say are merely suggestions. Do what feels right and good for you. I always suggest finding a seated position, one where your head, your neck, and your spine all fall into alignment, so that you are opening up the chest area and you're allowing your lungs to expand to their full capacity. This is internal yoga. Those of you like me, myself, who like to do yoga, I always think of this as internal yoga. It's a stretching, and it's a gentle massage internally that's going on. You don't use them, you lose them. So stretch those lungs, make them work out, stretch the diaphragm, feel all of those subtle sensations going on through your body. We're going to take 3 or 4 rounds. You may need more. I may need more of those controlled breaths, especially elongating the exhale. And then we're going to just sit with our breath as it makes its way back to something a little more natural, a little more normal, and appreciate this breath, because this breath is our evidence that we are alive, and we need to just really enjoy this time together where we are in form. We're gonna eventually, I like to say, and it's totally taken from Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer, this miracle of coming from the formless into form, and then we will go back to formless, or sometimes he says, we come from no thing, nothing. And I don't know where I was going with that, but that one may have failed. I'll have to reread my book. But just this appreciation for the here and the now, and really just loving life. Eyes open, eyes closed, completely up to you. Hands in whatever positions you find most relaxing. So here we go. I'm going to close my eyes. Big breath in through the nose if possible. Here we go. Slow and controlled exhales. Really draw it out. Nothing uncomfortable, just longer than average. When you get to the bottom of that exhale, a slow and graceful reversal into another expansive inhale. And on your next exhale, at your own pace, let those shoulders drop away from your ears. Create some space there. Relax all the muscles of your face. Continue taking in those big, expansive inhales, perhaps even reaching the crown of your head towards the heavens. And with the exhales, letting every muscle relax and be gently tugged by gravity's loving pull, always trying to pull you closer to Mother Earth. Keep that going for as few or as many rounds as necessary. And when you're ready, at your own discretion, you get to decide when you release, controlling the breath, and simply follow with your awareness that back and forth swing to and fro, inhales and exhales, allowing them to get lower, slower, settled, almost still. And knowing it's absolutely okay when your mind tends to wander a bit to the future or to the past, simply noticing that, catching it, and bring it right back to the breath. And the same thing if you become a little distracted from any sounds or sensations in your environment, coming back to simply notice that smooth, creamy texture of those back and forth inhales and exhales. Every now and then the breath may wish to get a little faster or slower. Perhaps you'll be called to take another big breath in and a sighing exhale out. All of it is good. Let all of it happen. And then simply shifting your awareness ever so subtly to those sounds coming into your awareness. Those sounds both near and far, big sounds, little sounds, sounds in your environment or perhaps from mine. And resisting the urge to label any of those sounds as positive or negative, pleasurable or irritating, simply appreciating your ability to hear any of those sounds at all, and perhaps seeking out sounds that bring you joy today. We will be moving into this day, so introducing gentle wiggles of the fingers and the toes, perhaps some squeezing or some flexing or some rubbing, generating some heat there, allowing that to travel up to the ankles, wrists, elbows, and the knees. Oh my gosh. I am totally allowing this to happen. If you are aware of the sounds in my environment, red loves to every now and then. Just let it go. All right, we shifted back to sounds in our environment. Now back to the movement. Taking any lovely twists, turns, and stretches that feel so good. Warming up the body. If you call to yawn, don't hold back those yawns. and perhaps seeking out intentional movement in your day. A walk, take the stairs, park farther away, do some yoga, jump into a Zumba class, anything. And with a downward gaze, allowing your eyelids to gently flutter back open and allowing your eyes to just rest on one spot, taking in the light and the sight, and gradually a very slow refocusing with this absolute appreciation and gratitude for your ability to see everything in this world. Maybe setting an intention to seek out those sights that bring you joy. And of course, throughout the day, practicing mindfulness where you are using those senses and maybe adding in the sense of smell and taste to get yourself grounded in the present moment where your life is absolutely happening, digesting things as they come your way, not completely trying to distract yourself. It's all about balance. Everything is all about balance. This video was all over the place. Ooh, it was like a roller coaster. I had some tears. I had some laughter. Red took a giant piss in the most quiet part of it. Congratulations if you stayed with me all the way to the end. If you need to reach out, if you have a question, if you just want to share your journey, maybe you're going through something, by all means, don't hesitate. And I will keep you up to date with what happens in the future. We're in this together, and I will see you again. So, let's go get